Math, literature, social studies, and science. For years, these subjects have dominated the academic horizon, and rightfully so. They are the fundamental building blocks that our society is built upon. But what if there was another subject that could improve performance in all of these areas? What if there was something that you could study to improve your language skills, critical thinking skills, emotional moderation, and all-around brain function? A proper music education enables success, not only in the art itself, but in all areas, academically and socially. Music is unique. It demands focus, vision, and critical thinking, while promoting individualism and creativity. Music requires you to participate in a mental aerobics of sorts, deciphering the notes and rhythms in one part of the brain and creating beautiful and emotional-filled melodies in the other. Playing an instrument utilizes the visual, auditory, and motor cortices and acts as a mental workout, strengthening the connections between the three areas. Neuroscientists have even found that the corpus callosum, or the link between left brain and right brain, is much stronger in musicians than in non-musicians. You do not have to be a prodigy or genius to experience the benefits of musicianship either. Scientists have identified several learning disorders that could benefit and be treated with a music education. Our understanding of these disorders show us that they are simply miscommunications between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. ADHD, for example, is a mistiming of neural impulses between three areas of the brain: the visual, auditory, and motor cortices, the very three areas that playing music affects the strongest. So imagine what a consistent workout regimen through music education could do to improve the mental capabilities of a struggling student. It is shown that on average, a recipient of music education's IQ is 7.5 points higher than someone not studying music. It is vital that music education becomes an essential part of the academic curriculum at a young age. Most neuroscientists believe that for maximum benefit, a child should be introduced to musical training before the age of 7 years old. Music quite literally shapes the way that we learn. An experiment was done where 18 babies between 1 to 3 days old were placed inside of an fMRI machine in order to examine their brain activity while being subjected to different types of stimulation. While listening to their mother's voice, the scan showed that all areas of the brain used in musical training were being used by the baby to understand their voices. We use music to understand language, tone, cadence, and emotion. We are innately musical beings, so encouraging that growth can only make us better people and scholars. Music is not just an art. It's an idea. You hear a melody and it moves you. It makes you feel emotions. The notes and rhythms imply things, but it's up to the listener to give that meaning. Music is abstract. It doesn't need anything outside of itself to be understood. Music empowers people to create and experience things that they would have no means of experiencing otherwise. Music can build you up or tear you down. It is a powerful force that needs to be understood. It stands tall on its own and deserves to be taught for that reason alone. It encourages discomfort as you try something new. It encourages critical thinking as you analyze its infinite possibilities. It encourages creativity as you work to interpret a beautiful piece of music. And it encourages self-discipline and personal growth as you work to better your talents. Imagine a world where music education is another part of the daily curriculum. All students head to piano class after algebra, or choir rehearsal after lunch. A more well-rounded student body produces higher test scores, or even a higher graduation rate. In a lot of ways, we can predict its benefits, but in a lot of ways we can't. So I encourage you to ask yourself a single question. How can an investment in future generations, like music education, change the landscape of tomorrow?